Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Booshakalaka podcast. My name is Tiffany, joined with Pierre.
I don't even have anything to say because Hollywood Montrose said it all. Hey, guys, welcome back.
He was fantastic in this movie. He was fantastic. I laughed out loud so many times. I have a couple of my favorite clips that he did. But guys, we're here for Mannequin 2 on the move. A young department store intern falls in love with a female store mannequin who is really a peasant girl fallen under a 1,000-year spell. That was a really nice one. That was a good one.
Yes.
And I didn't read it before I copied and pasted it, but here we are.
Yeah. I think that we start this movie off much better than we did the first one. Even though we're
we get a backstory.
Fake German village. But I thought it was real cool.
The Kingdom of Hauptmann Koenig, which sounds like a department store. Correct.
So, basically, I don't know. I feel like this is a typical story. The prince is in love with a peasant girl. She's kind of awkward about it. He don't really care. They're off to get married. They get stopped by his mother, the queen, and no, you can't do this. You can't marry her. And he's like, he's rebellious. He's like, no, I'm married anyway. You know how you want your man to be. And she gets a sorcerer who works for her. This is so Jafar. She gets Jafar to give the...
This definitely came out before Aladdin.
You don't know if it was in production.
Smack your mouth at me one more time. Do it again. You gonna
smack my bitch
sandwich. Count Spetzel. Do you know who he's played by?
Come on.
He's played by the guy who did Bernie Lomax in Weekend at Bernie's.
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it.
Jesus, Zetus and Petus. I hate this.
But he gives her this beautiful jeweled necklace. It's like 2 snakes and a red jewel. And she's like, oh, I don't want your jewel. She initially says she don't want the jewels, but I guess he gives it to the her boyfriend. I'm saying boyfriend. Her betrothed to give it to her. Yeah. And when he puts it on her, she becomes a mannequin, which I feel like those didn't exist. So I don't know how that concept of the magic would have come. Well,
it says a wooden statue.
Go to hell. It would have go to hell. And now I did like this part just because you can tell they at least tried with the writing. So he tries to take it off, but can't. There's a Microsoft glitch that happens, and the queen is like, "Oh well, she'll be released with either in 1,000 years or when she finds her true love, her true love in the next lifetime." And he's like, "Well, you've cursed our
kingdom,
kingdom, yeah, kingdom for 1,000 years."
So he tells Jessie that she'll be frozen for 1,000 years, and she can only wake if true love from another land removes the necklace. Mm-hmm. And William then declares that the kingdom will be cursed for 1,000 years with perpetual rain. So it just rains the whole time. Like nobody could live there. Their houses would be destroyed. Right. The ground cannot take someplace that has monsoons 365 days out of the year.
Maybe it's only work. Like 2 inches every 20 hours.
No, because they show us a little clip of the queen and it's pouring. It was like last night, pouring, or this morning, or whenever the hell that happened, pouring. She getting that Florida, Texas, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama weather. No,
okay.
All of the above.
So now the castle has been turned into a museum of sorts, and she's still standing there. And she's going to be on an exhibit in America. And the sorcerer, he says that that's his, that he's a descendant, but he looks exactly the same. So I couldn't tell if it was like he was joking or that's his backstory. Cause he's a sorcerer. He could be immortal. I couldn't tell. I don't know.
This is a movie. Okay. No, he was not eternal. I just know like his family member. Shit, they did it. They did it in Leprechaun too. This is.
I know, but I'm just saying. Like I thought maybe he'd been immortal or something, but no.
No,
so he's a descendant.
Descendant, yeah.
And he plans on. So she's going to be an exhibit in America, and he plans on sort of like stealing her to get away from the queen?
Because it's the 1,000 years. So it's like 1,000 years and a day. So he feels that in 1,000 years and a day, she will become mortal and he will claim the prize and it will stop the rain from coming down. Yes, they at least had a backstory. Like we were halfway through Mannequin by the 5-minute mark. And now, we're right at the beginning of this one. So yeah, let's keep it moving. Back in West Philadelphia is where we are now. And we meet Jason. That's how she says his name throughout the whole movie. Jason, so glad he has a family.
Yes, he has. He has a
family. Because the first guy, I don't even remember his name. He ain't a family. Ain't nobody even show up at the wedding. But yes, I was so excited to see that Jason had a family. Right. Like, not even kidding.
And he's working at People and Co.
Prince and Company.
Why did I say People?
It's the same store. It's the same store from.
It's the same store, and that's why Hollywood still works there. He's like, he's still chief of merchandising and whatever. And I think it's his first day, or am I tripping? Or is he just?
It's Jason's first day.
Yeah, it felt like it was his first day, but he also seemed to know everything about like where everything was. He knew the layout. Maybe he went for pre-work training.
We don't know how long he was there. Like, I feel like he worked at a temp agency because he goes in to go see the manager, Mr. James. And Mr. James is belittling one of his coworkers because he dropped a mannequin and like he slipped and he dropped it. So it was clearly an accident. Too.
Yeah, he's firing people.
It was clearly an accident. Yes. He fires this person and he's like, okay, Jason, you're new. You're going to go work with Hollywood because he has an opening because that's what the person that tripped position is. And then the fun begins. It's so good.
We get right into it. Jason's down there helping with the mannequins.
One little quick thing. Before Jason talks to Mr. James, he meets the security guard. And the security guard is actually the janitor from the first movie that was picking up the mannequins.
That's why he was being pervy.
Yeah.
He was being pervy with what's her name, Gina? What's her name, Gina?
We'll get to it. I wrote it down somewhere.
Okay, well, because he was being pervy, like she is trying to hit on Jason, he trying to hit on her. Just get away from me. At least he didn't touch her. They have to go actually pick up the they're going to get the peasant girl. Like what? The enchanted peasant girl. They like, I don't know, like, so Hollywood's like, all right, come with me. They go in his pink Cadillac.
We are riding on a freeway.
Hollywood is speeding. He's woo, woo, woo. He is so much more dramatic in this movie. So as they're on their way to get her, though, he sees that the truck that is actually supposed to be delivering her is like busted on the bridge, like some horrific act. I'm like, and then of course it would be ass out. It wouldn't be the other way.
Final Destination.
And the three German men who's supposed to be they're guarding the statue. They are like, they're like, we have to protect her. So, baby, she go flying out. We have to
protect the enchanted princess.
She go flying out. Hollywood have a heart attack. Did you see how he swerved in that traffic to get on the other side? He almost killed somebody.
He did. I love it.
He did that in Double Toil and Trouble, and it kills me every time. Woo! He was good at that actor. Rest in peace. But so she goes flying out the back and goes into the ocean. And not the ocean, but the river, pier, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Jason's like, I'll save you. I guess he thought she was real. Sir.
No, he did. He says it. He's like, I thought it was a real person.
But you knew. Okay, whatever. But he jumps in, he saves her, and they take it and go.
Time out. Let me. This is one thing that annoyed me. So while he's underwater and he finds her, he touches the necklace, and you see Jessie like. When there's a dream sequence, we see her come to life and she's like, I'm like, bitch, wouldn't you be screaming? You are underwater.
And you can't
the last thing you remember is being on a bridge talking to Count Spretzel and the Queen and Prince William, and now you're like, what? I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that happened. And it happens again a little later. Mm-hmm. But he takes her out of the water and the three bumbling fools like, how dare you touch her? How dare you touch her? I'm like, child, they saved your dog
exhibit, yeah,
and they have to run and go and get the rest of the stuff from the ocean. The ocean. Now you got me saying ocean, from the lake, like the jewels and everything else that fell out of the truck. Mm-hmm. So Hollywood and Jason then take Jessie, the mannequin, back to the store, and you see him like dabbing her with a cloth. I'm like, you're in a convertible. The wind is drying her. What are you doing? but he's dabbing her with the cloth, and he reaches for the necklace, and it comes up, and she's like, not, where am I? Like, what? That just blew me. Blew me. But yeah, so they get back, they go back to the store.
Yeah, they take her back to the store. The three idiots, if you care, they have to hitchhike there because they left them. And they decide to hitchhike by taking off their clothes because they're like, of course, they're big German men and they have muscles.
They're big
so they start dancing in front of these
trash ladies.
Trash ladies. Now, at first when they were doing that, I was like, they're not gonna stop. They're lesbians. But they do stop, and
I was thinking they're not gonna fit in the truck, but they put them somewhere else.
Yeah, they get in the side of the truck and they dump them in the back so they can die like.
Yo, what is up with us watching movies with people in the back of garbage trucks?
That's the third one. This is the third one.
In a couple of months.
Like crazy. But Jason's down there getting her all ready. He like getting the mannequins already. Like again, he acting like he done worked there for 20 years. He know where everything is. He doing everything. He talking to her. I don't know what it is with these young guys and this pervy stuff with inanimate objects, but he kissing on her. I love you and all this kind of like.
I will say Jesse's mannequin looks way better than previous girls. It looks pretty human.
She got French tips. But so he ends up taking the necklace off because he's trying to get her ready. She sneezes. He's like gesundheit. He freaks out. He's like, "Oh my god, you're not alive! You're not alive!" A very good
reaction. Yes, and he took us a couple of minutes. He didn't say, "Oh, you're beautiful. Let's go." He was like, "What the? I guess the curse is real. Like I guess it's real." And right after that, they hit the streets.
Yeah. I mean, she's kind of in disbelief.
Want to tell Hollywood or nothing.
Yeah, she's kind of in disbelief because she's like, what, 1,000 years? He has to catch her up. But she becomes Susie from Grease, like instantly. Like she in a black jacket, everything. The bumbling fools do come in.
Wait a fucking minute. Who the hell
I got her name wrong.
Susie? You mean Sandy?
Yes, Sandy. Sandy from Grease.
My mind was computing. It was Sandy. Is he talking about Grease too? Get out of here.
But the bumbling fools come in smelling like shit and trash. And of course they're looking for the mannequin and but they have to go. But they have to go pick up Spretzel anyway. So they have to go to the airport to meet him. It's his whole thing. Hollywood doing a cheer. Get out of my face. He has a mole with a long piece of hair on it. I don't know if y'all care. It's disgusting. It was pissing me off because I wanted to just snip it. Like it was I don't know if that's where Austin Powers got that from. Mole.
Oh, when the mole started moving.
It just. But yeah, so they're out on the town. Like he taking her to get Philly cheesesteak and shit.
I appreciate it. Jason was not creepy at all with her. He was very interested in what she had to say. She was talking about she can knit a whole blanket in 17 months. He was like, wow, 17 months? You're kidding.
I hate him.
Yes, but they were just out seeing the town. She was so excited. They go to the club. They do everything.
Why did they have him play that? Why did they have him play that bouncer?
Hollywood was the bouncer?
You don't remember? Yes, with the locks. He was like, come on in, baby. You don't remember that? He's like, come on in.
Maybe I didn't
notice. That's why I was like, why is he playing this role? Because at first I thought it was him, and he just had another job.
Should have got first billing in this movie, damn it. He definitely should have. But yeah, it was cute. Jessie meets people. She learns what lipstick is. They have a good time on the dance floor. She does a little dance. She's like, that's not dancing. And she does like
royal dance at the first of all
at the club. And then why are people joining in?
Why was he dancing like that?
He was da 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 da. I was like, what the hell is this? And it was even that
he had the nerve to talk about to the beat. You're not on beat, sir. What beat are you on? What beat are you on?
To give him a little grace, they usually don't play music during dance scenes in movies. So blame the person that added it in editing. Blame the sound man because he screwed them over.
They have a good night. She goes and stays the night at his home with his mom. He tells her about his dad. Like, they connect. It was like a slow burn, which is why it worked as a romantic comedy.
But when Jessie, so they go into the house and Jason talks to his mom and the mom's like, who is that? And he's like, well, I'm not telling you. He ushers Jessie up to the room. We see Mr. James. his manager is at his mom's house because she owns a matchmaking service and she gets great reviews. All of her people are getting married. This fool was in there recording his VHS intro, and she's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Mr. Johns." And she's like, "Where do you work at?" "I work at a highly distributed." Oh, like he did not, like, how are you trying to get a date and you don't want anybody to know who you are? But anyway, he sees Jason come in, so he's like trying to cover his face up to try to hide from him. And then when Jason leaves, he takes the tape out of the VCR and he just starts wrecking it. And I think this was improvised because he was beating the hell out of that thing. He was like, "I'll pay you for this," and he actually knocks off some of the wall. He's like, "I'll pay for that too. Just let me know. I gotta go by." I was cracking up laughing. That was so funny to me. I don't think it was funny to you, but I thought it was hilarious because his facial expressions were so good. Anyway, the next morning, Jason's up making her breakfast like something
Andy.
happened.
Like Andy.
Oh God. What, he was vacuuming the melon seeds out of a melon.
He put so are you supposed to put that orange juice in the microwave? Is that how that works? I thought you just shake it up.
I think you're supposed to add warm water, I think.
Okay, because he put it in the microwave.
You're supposed to add water, yeah, because the water would because it's not gonna be frozen like really hard. The water would just, it was a concentrated ocean.
I didn't like how he did that.
It might have been Ocean Spray brand.
The toast
he put
was
the
burnt.
Eggs in a strainer and crushed the egg juice. It was a mess. But his mom comes down, like, "Oh, am I gonna get to meet her?" We see Jesse taking a bath. Finally, it's been 1,000 years, and Jesse goes back into the room and she sees the necklace and she puts it on.
Dumbass.
So Jason comes up to the room to try to give her the breakfast, and he noticed that she's a mannequin again. This was just the most unbelievable part.
That he would just take the necklace off?
That was just the most unbelievable. Then he he's just sitting there looking at her.
Pinning her on the bed and shit. Then, no, the most unbelievable part was the next scene is when, because, his mom, of course, sees this shit. He goes to a public restaurant and sits her there, and everybody in the window just staring at them. He all sad, like...
Like, he went the whole day with that neck. He took the necklace off. She came to life. Why did he even bring it home with him is what I'm trying to understand.
I don't know. Yeah, that part I don't understand. I believe they go back to the store, though, and I believe he just puts her back in the back. And
no. So in the next day, Count Spritzel has arrived with his counterparts, and they go to the place where Jesse was supposed to be locked in. It's like a little cage in the store, and the mannequin is gone. She's nowhere to be found. And he was like, "Oh, I'm about to kill everybody. I'm about to sue this place." So Jason, not knowing what to do, he takes her back to the department store, and she's dressed in like this leopard print outfit. And Count Spritzel is pissed because he's like, "How dare you put this on?" And the manager's like, "Oh no, that's our fall juniors line. This is great. Like, advertise." But anyway, so he has to get up out of there. And the funny, so Scout Spretzel and the guys leave, and it's just Jason and Hollywood. And he's like, "Hollywood, I got to tell you something," but he doesn't tell him. So Hollywood is like, "We don't fall in love with empty things unless, of course, their daddies are rich."
That was a theme throughout the whole movie. Like, the mom is like, "You need to marry a rich girl." A girl comes over to her house. She's like, she's like, "I met a guy." He's like, "Oh, is he rich?" I was like, what is happening?
Like, Jason was cute, but he wasn't that damn cute. Like, he was little 80s cute. He was good for the moment. He was giving us a little Patrick Dempsey 80s, but he wasn't all of that. But this is the part I made you were so excited to see it. So admiring Jesse's necklace, Hollywood tries it on, and he becomes a statue. And she comes back to life.
Yeah, and she was mimicking him. That was so funny.
Oh my God. He was like, I'm like, how did he not see her moving in the mirror right behind him? It was a mess. I mean, you're supposed to, beyond belief. Right. Alyssa Edwards, you're really not supposed to
Jesus
know what's exactly going on.
But he doesn't say
it's an 80s movie.
Yeah. There's a montage.
Yes.
So she goes upstairs and meets the little sales lady and does it's like this whole montage. The outfits were nice, though. They were very nice outfits.
But they did her hair.
Yeah, her hair was, I don't know how, I didn't know they did that in department stores, but okay. If they'll give you champagne, who knows? But, she's looking like a real classy lady, classy. The three dumb German stooges, they come back and they see Hollywood. They pull him back, and when they pull him back, the necklace comes off and he comes to life again. I don't know. I don't think they even explain that, or he explains it, like, because he was frozen and they touched him. So I didn't understand.
Because they're idiots.
Okay.
So here we are. Like, Hollywood was frozen. Hollywood was a mannequin. That's why it's called Mannequin 2, because it's two mannequins.
I hate you. That's not why it's called Mannequin 2. Okay.
But Jason comes to talk to Hollywood, and Hollywood's sitting on the floor because he just fell all the way backwards when they took the necklace off of him. And Jason says, "Okay, Hollywood, I don't know how to tell you this, but she's alive. She came to life and went to eat. We went out, and I got to get her back." And Hollywood was like, "I believe you. This happened 4 years ago. Let's go find her, Jason. Ah! We got to get ready for the presentation. We got to get..."
I hate you so much. I hate you.
Count Spretzel recognizes Jason as the reincarnated prince, and he literally tries to start killing Hollywood and Jason in this department store.
They like crawling, which they're trying to hide from him as well, but or maybe they're hiding from the Three Stooges. And he's like dropping like potted plants and shit. No security in there is trying. Like, what are you doing? The security guard. Why are you not going up there and shooting at him or something? I don't know.
He had like a bow and arrow and everything. And this is my favorite line out of the whole movie. And Hollywood and Jason are doing like the army crawl on the ground. And he's like, "I learned this in the Marines." And Jason said, "You were in the Marines?" He said, "Yes, they were looking for a few good men. And so was I."
He made the movie.
I think it's because I think the last time I watched this, my frontal lobe hadn't developed. So all of the jokes I was able to get now. And I think that's why it was funnier. I need to go back and watch like a bunch of 80s movies that I loved as a kid, but to see it in adult with my adult mind, because I was cracking up. I love Hollywood. He was amazing in this movie. If he didn't get first billing, I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm pissed. But somehow there's a go-kart in the department store.
Maybe it was in the toy section. And here comes Jessie, rolling through in her. Was she wearing the leopard? I feel like she was wearing the leopard dress when she was in the go-kart.
Yeah, she put it back on.
And she's like, she grabs Jason and they go off, and it's this whole damn thing. They go because they go back to his house, but it's this whole chase thing because he's technically stolen the exhibit. That's what Spretzel, they're saying this. So the police come to his house. The mom is like, "What the hell's going on?" Now this part I didn't understand because, he's telling her, like, they're upstairs and he's telling her like, "We got to go." But, she's packing and stuff, and he goes downstairs and the police arrest him. Spretzel goes upstairs. And I don't know why they let him go upstairs in someone else's home. Like, the police should have retrieved her, if anything. He goes upstairs and he's like, "Oh, I found you." And she's like, "The sorcerer." She was
what I don't understand is why he wanted her to be a statue again if she already came to life. Because he wanted her to come to life.
Yeah.
That part confused me.
Well, I mean, to help Jason go to jail, because, I mean, if a girl comes downstairs, it doesn't really...
Right, but I think it would have made sense if he would have tested it out more, because to my knowledge, it wasn't the whole 1,001 whatever days. So if he would have put the necklace on Jessie and then tried to take it back off, and it came back off, he would have known that the curse was broken. The curse.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was kind of a little confused, but the cops arrest Jason and they throw his ass in jail. And Spretzel wants, like you said, he wants to do the presentation. Don't say presentation. Like, how dare you? Presentation the next day that Hollywood has been planning out. And I knew it was going to be some Sister Act bullshit. So Hollywood comes in his old Marine Corps uniform to the police station to get Jason out.
Yes. Because I don't even know the logic.
Well, if you say one of your sailors is AWOL, usually they will take you to JAG. So you will deal with military police officers and not regular police officers. Yeah, if you're in the military. So, I mean, you go to JAG. You don't. It's a little bit different. You're kind of you're different citizens,
Okay.
But we go to the present. Oh no, so we're there at the presentation. So they come up with the plan to get Jason in there, and I wish I knew the words of the song. I really wish I did. But Jason sneaks in, and we see Hollywood. They start out with the traditional court dance. What'd you say it was called? The dancing?
Oh, I don't know what it's called, but it's just like dun,
But the music is like dun 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 dun. So think Sister Act when she was like, "Hail, Holy Queen," and it was like, boom.
God, I hate
Hail, so they started dancing and going off, and then Hollywood comes out and he's like, "This is the story of the peasant queen."
I hate you. I hate you. I hate him.
But anyway, Hollywood has gone with the story of the peasant queen, and they were saying now we got the prince here to turn her back to human. Jason comes down, turns Jesse back to human, and everybody thinks it's just a part of the show. They're like, "Wow, like Prince and Company, yes."
I mean, hey, because y'all been popular for a while. Wink, wink.
Hello, y'all know how to do shit with mannequins, but
yeah, they just think it's all. Nobody knows what's going on.
Stunts and shows. But how does Spretzel get Jesse again? I can't remember.
Just run up.
Unless somebody
made the crowd.
Maybe one of the goons knocked Jason down. But anyway, he gets her again and forces her into a hot air balloon.
They go into the roof and they get. I don't know why that was. Maybe it was there for the celebration. I don't know. I didn't because why is a hot air balloon on the roof? But maybe so. Yeah, because I feel like I'm probably making it up, but I thought they said something about a hot air balloon in the first one. But anywho, so Jason follows, of course, and there's this whole scuffle, cartoonish. I'm not fighting you by no hot air balloon. It's just like
I'm not getting in a hot baby. I can watch it till it lands,
or like I don't know, shoot an arrow through it. Hopefully, come down. I mean, it'll come down slow, right?
Not an arrow through it. Probably not.
I mean, it used to work with Wile E. Coyote.
Goodbye. But Jesse knows the curse. I don't know how she knows it because you was frozen when it happened. But she knows the curse and she puts the necklace on Count Spretzel. And in 1,000 years, blah, 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 you will come to life. And he's like, he was really ugly. So damn, this should have been Mannequin 3.
Well, he got knocked out of the balloon, remember?
He did get knocked out of the balloon. He hits the pavement.
Damn, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. And
you're so right. And these fools, the German brothers, try to put him back together, but too bad the lesbian truck ladies from earlier come running through with their street sweepers and sweep him all up. And he gone. And they can't go to Bermuda. I don't know why that was so exciting. I've been to Bermuda before, but it was at a cruise port, and it was not fun. It had a lot of shells on the ground on the beach, so it was tearing my feet up. I didn't have my swim shoes, so that was my bad. But I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to be like that.
Yeah.
But later, we see at back in the country, Koenig, they glued together Count Spretzel.
That's not
and
possible.
He has his own fairy tale, and we see Jesse and Jason pick up a necklace at Prince and Company, and they are married. We see that they're married. They're getting ready to go on their honeymoon. They get into Hollywood's Cadillac, and there's 6 people in there, so they had people at their wedding. And when I heard, and we can build this dream together, I screamed because remember the last episode I thought it was in Mannequin too. They said, look, we paid for this. We're going to use it again.
Yeah, hello.
We're not going to do it. And the most amazing song comes on again. I was right. Everybody was wrong. Nobody was wrong, but I was right. That was the end of Mannequin 2 on the Move. I highly, highly recommend it. Hollywood was great. It was such a great movie for Pride Month because we're still moseying along.
Yeah, we had very campy and flamboyant. It was
fun. It was a fun movie. I was never bored. Like, besides the one creep, we only had one creep.
Yeah, but of course you wouldn't have been bored. The movie does move along. It does not.
It is a very quick movie. It is that's why this review was very short. It does move along really fast. But for Mannequin 2 on the Move, I'm gonna give it a 5 because I'm going to start watching this annually. I'm going to start because I forgot how funny it is. I loved it. Hollywood again, 10s across the board. Jessie looked gorgeous. She was very pretty. Jason was very likable. Mr. James in that videotape was hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and yeah, so I would watch this annually. What about you?
I'm gonna give it a 3. It's ironically my sister's favorite movie, but okay. But I'm gonna give it a 3 because it is it has rewatch value. I would probably, I don't know, I didn't like Mr. James, so I probably use my phone for that. But I would give it a 3.
Okay.
It's not a terrible movie. It's way better than the first one. Hollywood owns this movie. I would just say watch it just for his scenes because it's just like you don't get. I feel like nobody's pushing the boundaries like that anymore as far as comedy. I feel like nobody's just like, because I mean he's a straight man in real life, or so yeah. I'm just like nobody is doing that at this day and age.
But like, he's doing it in a way that it's not embarrassing. Yes, it was over the top, but I know some gay guys that are completely over the top like that.
Yeah, it was,
and I'm like
even the scissor glasses, like, come on, y'all. It was, come on. It was a moment. And so, yeah, I would advise people to watch it at least once.
Yeah, definitely. But guys, I have news. This was our 99th episode.
Uh-oh.
So, come back for our 100th episode celebration. We are going to be reviewing Mortal Kombat! Not that new shit. We're talking about the one in the 90s.
Yes.
One in the 90s. We're talking about Sonya, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Johnny Cage. Wait, I don't think he was.
Melina.
They weren't Kitana. In the song. They weren't in the
song.
Yeah,
they were. You got
Raiden. Johnny Cage.
That's the first verse, ma'am. You know how long that song is?
Oh, it might be like 8 minutes. Nowadays songs are like 2 minutes.
It's long. They go over the whole
Mortal Kombat is a very good running song. Like if you want to do some intervals on the treadmill and you walk in, throw that on and start running. Also, Smack My Bitch Up. We mentioned that song earlier. Such a good running song. But anyway, yeah, so we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hollywood swinging.
Okay.
Or the best thing you do in life is turn into a mannequin.
Yes, very much so.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye. Where did you hide it, Dan? Please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, BOOshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at BOOshakalakapodcast.